Hello, my name is Mark Dellinger, and I'm bringing you a message this morning from my home in Virginia. So welcome to you all, and my lesson today comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 12. The Apostle Paul describes in this chapter the body of Messiah, and he describes this using terms that we would associate with the human body. Different parts of the body, but each of those parts has a different task. He mentions, the hand and the eye and the ear, different tasks that each of these parts do, but yet each task is essential for the proper functioning of the body as a whole. God has arranged these parts in a particular way so that they can contribute to this proper functioning of the body. Some of the parts are more honored, they're more open, they're more exposed, like our hands, our neck, our feet, and our ankles. Certain parts are exposed like that. And then there are other parts that are less honored, parts that we cover up. However, whether they are honored parts or whether we consider them vital parts, every part is essential in the proper functioning of the body. And Paul ends this message with a verse. It's verse 26 of 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 26. If one member suffers, all suffer together. If one member is honored, all rejoice together. So if you take this verse and you apply it to the body of Messiah, he's telling us that if one member of our body is suffering, then we all suffer with that person. And if one person is honored, if one person is joyful, then we all rejoice with that member of the body of Messiah. Now, I've worked with persecuted believers all around the world for a number of years, and I take this verse very seriously because I understand, there are people, actually pastors who are in prison in places like China and Eritrea and North Korea and all of these countries where it's very risky to be open about your faith in Messiah. So truly, when we know that they are suffering, we suffer with them. So think of this as in your own body. If you're walking down the street and you get a pebble in your shoe, it makes you miserable. Now that pebble is only touching, like one little square centimeter of your foot, but it's not just your foot that is suffering. Your entire body can't function because that pebble is driving you crazy. Now, can that foot do anything to relieve the suffering on its own? No. The rest of the body has to engage. You bend over and you reach down, you take your shoe off and bang it out, and then it can remove that suffering from your foot. And once your foot is happy again, your entire body rejoices. Just as in our churches, in our assemblies, if one member of your local assembly, let's say they have a house that gets some smoke damage or something like that, nothing too serious, but the rest of the members of that body gather around to bring food, clothing, toys for the kid, offer to put them up in a hotel if they need it. So this is what Paul is talking about in his description of this body of Messiah. We as members of his body, he is the head. He directs the actions of the other members. And when we listen to him and we understand we have members of the body of Messiah all around the world, we inform ourselves about what suffering they're going through, and then we learn from them those times that they are rejoicing. So we too, if those members suffer, we all suffer together. But if one of those members is honored, we all rejoice together. Thank you for joining me today, and I pray God will speak to you about your membership in his body. Thank you so much. God bless.